Do you still use Reddit for recruiting purposes for the Katalysts?
Yeah, I haven't posted in a while with my Nameless Crusader account, but I still kind of go on the Reddits that I posted, see if there's any new replies or anything like that. Like the Durham region and the Oshawa subreddits are kind of not very popular, so our threads are usually still towards the top after like a couple months. But I might renew the thread soon just to get it back up to the top of the list.
There's probably going to be some people in the corner here, so just okay. Hello again. Yeah, sometimes the strip here is quiet, sometimes there's a lot of people around, sometimes there's drug dealers that are kind of pacing the strip here looking for potential buyers. We've had been stalked a couple of times by possibly drug dealers. No confirmation, but we're pretty sure that's what they were, and they're hinting at staying out of their area,
right,
or their territory or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've ever been threatened in a way that it wasn't like what you were actually hearing wasn't a threat itself, but just how they worded it and their tone of voice just gave you like a really chilling undertone that there was a vastly deeper meaning to their words.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So, like, if you ever watch any of those mafia movies.
So I don't think this guy was like a street level dealer. I think he was like maybe one or two kind of notches up the belt there.
Oh, probably. Yeah, how they kind of hint at things. They don't say it directly at you because they have enough run-in with the police to know that they can't directly say things to you.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, it's actually within this area.
It was, but probably around that building there to the school up there, within length. There's also a men's hostel up here at the corner of Simcoe and John, and sometimes the residents are less than friendly, so.
There's one incident where one gentleman was very, very inebriated, and he was trying to twist their words to start a fight, I guess.
Yeah, basically his group of 5 or 6 friends convinced him to come across the road and just harass us in a kind of really odd manner. He was kind of like we were standing side by side, and he comes up and he's got a pretty big belly, and he just kind of rests against our backs and just there, like physically touching us. And I kind of look back and I'm like, hello. And I kind of step forward a bit to like break the contact, and he bellies up again, like touching us with his torso. Really weird. It was obviously some sort of intimidation attempt, but you know, it has no effect on us really, but that's what he was trying to do. And basically, as we're crossing the road like we're doing now, we kind of asked, like, can we help you, sir, or whatever. And he's basically like, don't call me sir, and whatever. I'm like, okay. And after that, once we got across the road, he still was trying to talk to us. I think one of his questions was, what are you going to do? And I don't know what that was about, but I'm like, I'm not sure what you mean, sir. And then once again, he gets ticked off at me calling him sir. But anyways, so I asked him how he would like to be addressed. And so I'm like, well, how would you like to be addressed? And he's like, did you just call me an asshole? I'm like, no, sir, I asked you how you would like to be addressed. And he's like, don't call me sir. And then he yells across to his friends, he's like, these guys just called me an asshole. And obviously, like Nameless said, he was just trying to start a fight,
Right.
try to start some conflict, and basically he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. It's like him and his 6 friends, and we just didn't feel like getting into a physical altercation, so we just said, sorry to bother you, have a good night, and we just kept walking. I don't know, I kind of have my reserves about what we did or didn't do that night, just because, I mean, we said goodbye to them and they didn't have any problems with us, but what about any other further citizens that may have crossed their path?
Right.
So I don't know, we probably should have called it in, but live and learn.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing now?
Pretty much just going around, making sure everyone's having a good time, making sure everyone's safe. If we see anybody who's a little down on their luck, we have care packages that we hand out. Just general good brown-nosed deeds like that, I guess. We actually have some business cards if you want to check this out online there.
How's it going?
Who was this me? How's it going?
I was wondering that, like, I saw you a couple of times,
Okay.
and like, why you are guys going like this? Is there any reason?
Yeah, we're what the media calls real life superheroes.
Okay.
We just refer to ourselves as costumed activists. What we do is just walk around the city, make sure everyone's safe. We report any crime or suspicious activity to the police. We help the homeless and clean up the parks and playgrounds when we can.
I didn't notice that. That's really good.
Yeah. If you want to know more, we actually have a new website. It's jco.webs.com.
I actually have a couple of team cards here.
That would be really good.
If you ever need to get a hold of us for anything or have any further questions, just look us up.
Yeah, sure.
One of the pages on there should have our new website as well. Under any of the videos that are posted on our YouTube, I also have it posted in the description of our new website. So,
Yeah. On a night like tonight, especially on this stretch of road, just be careful because there have been a few yahoos out tonight. So.
yeah, because it's you know, the Canada Day weekend, and it's going to be the 4th of July on Monday, so there's a lot of partying and a lot of celebrating going on. So
Yeah, that's true.
just try to have yourself a safe night, and don't be afraid to call 911 if you get into any trouble.
No, anyways, I'm just going home.
Well, that's good.
Thank you.
Have a safe night.
Good night, yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's needless to say that if we were just kind of walking around in our civilian clothes, we wouldn't have people approaching and asking us about the cause. So it's a very good conversation starter,
Definitely.
at the very least. I mean, people go, do you have to dress like jackasses to do this thing? No, we don't, but it certainly helps.
Yeah, like you're over here asking me what I'm doing, so I really, it's doing something. Sorry, I was gonna pick up that pizza box.
Save me a slice.
Calm down there, Donatello.
Actually, I'm more of a Mikey guy. Wise man say, do not pay for late pizza. So are you a Ninja Turtles fan at all?
Definitely, yeah. I thought the Michael Bay movies were a bit out there, but I love the original Ninja Turtles from back in the day.
Yeah, definitely the first one, and then Secret of the Ooze. Fantastic films, even to today's standards. It's a shame they couldn't bring back the leather animatronic suits for the new ones, but
Right.
when you got, you know, millions of dollars to blow on special effects like apparently Michael Bay does, just put dudes in a, you know, an anime suit or whatever it is. But yeah, the new one was kind of weird. The look of the turtles, beaks and stuff were kind of odd, and they tried to urbanize them way too much, in my opinion, just to please the minorities.
The nose.
The noses, yeah. then they actually had lips. That was weird. Kind of awkward at the end.
Yeah. Was one of your older masks based off the TMNT design?
Yes and no. The older mask is sort of a turtle-looking Kermit the Frog abomination. It turned out decent enough, and I did like wearing it for a long time. But basically, it came about because people in the city called me Turtle Man. They didn't know what my name was at first, and they just saw a green dude walk around and were like, "Hey, it's Turtle Man!" Like,
right.
I guess kind of adapted to what the locals were calling me. So I made I tried to make a turtle, resemblant mask, but it kind of looks froggy as well. So that's another reason why I don't wear it as much, because it didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it. But yeah, it's I guess it has sort of a Ninja Turtle look to it. Has the whole kind of bandana or domino mask looking thing. Maybe I'll bring it out for kicks.
Definitely.
The next time you're available to record, just for old time's sake.
Do you guys ever keep in contact with former members just to check up on them, see how they're doing, or kind of cut ties completely until they decide to return one day, or?
Broken Silence has cut ties with me altogether, and we had sort of a disagreement in our personal lives because we were working on a project together that was not RLSH related. Yeah, that kind of just went south, and we were kind of cut ties there. But I still talk to Bombshell on occasion. I every now and then see Crimson Justice the Third. I see Action Man every now and then, outside of the uniform, of course. I haven't talked to Caution in a long time. I think, disclosure aside, he's on my personal Facebook as his own civilian self, but I haven't talked to him in a long time. I probably should see how he's doing and how his college is doing, because that was one of the reasons why he quit doing this, because he's pursuing a new career in college and stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't want to get in the way of his education, because education is very important, especially if you can afford it and know exactly what you're going into and know that you'll have a job on the other end of it. But yeah, we do try to keep in contact. I'm in contact with Brightwing probably on a bi-weekly basis, just to keep checking in on how her health is doing and stuff like that. She recently got checked to see if her lungs had any cancer in it, and the results came back positive. It's just a little bit of scarring, which is, I mean, it's bad, but not as bad as cancer would be. So, like, needless to say, Brightwing is happy that it's not cancer, and that as long as they, quit smoking sometime soon, that they should have all right lungs. So they're doing all right.
Then I myself keep in contact with Ninja Knight and Captain Caregiver on occasion. Captain Caregiver has actually announced that he's coming out of retirement, which will be nice. But he's out in Ottawa, so I don't know if there will really be any overlap with us anymore. But it's nice to know that
he's out there and doing what he can.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like he kind of went into retirement due to lack of interest. His health, both physical and mental, kind of took a bit of a turn for the worse for a while. But it looks like he's doing a lot better in both states.
Great.
So.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many, costumed activists or RLSH want to join who are in some way health afflicted or have something that they want to start, because it's like, oh, well, if I'm feeling this pain or if I'm going through this problem, there's other people with problems and I want to help them because I know what it's like. They have like a deep-rooted empathy because of what they're going through. So yeah, it's interesting how many different walks of life you get different costumed activists or RLSH out of. Also, Enigma, if you're watching, feel free to contact us anytime soon. I'll try to send you an email sometime soon, see how you're doing. I know your back wasn't doing the greatest, but hopefully you're doing well now. Enigma was a member that I met up with a couple of times. He kind of looks like Rorschach. He's got the white mask that has an interchanging ink blot on it. And he was supposed to join us once everything was good and his surgery was healed and all that. Haven't heard from him for a bit, but like I said, I'll try to contact him soon. And if he sees this, and before I contact him, feel free to contact me, bud. Also, Crimson Justice the First. I don't know if you watch our videos anymore. I don't know how you've been. Hopefully things have been good since our incident in Bowmanville. Hopefully school's going well. Hopefully your career is going well. And just drop me a line sometime if you ever want to say hey and whatnot. Because I still think of you as the first partner I ever had, and it was nice to have you for the short amount of time we had together.
So there's a gentleman across the street who seems a little down on his luck, so we're going to go over there and just give him one of our care packages and
See if we can help out.
Yeah. And then we circle around to Center Street and back to Memorial Park.
I think I need to do some of that soon. Jogging around.
I've actually started exercising the past couple weeks.
Getting a bit of a turtle gut.
Almost do a fall. How's it going?
How's it going, sir?
Just doing my rounds, getting changed, getting drinks and stuff.
Have a good Canada Day?
Sort of.
Sort of?
Yeah, my tent got jacked, so I'm not really having the greatest.
Your tent?
I live in the forest. My tent got jacked where I sleep.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Do you not have regular lodgings, or?
If you're like in a dire emergency need of stuff,
Yeah.
from the dollar store, you can get like these blue plastic tarps.
Okay.
Those might be in the meantime. Like, are you down in your luck right now, or?
Yeah.
Here. So a bunch of stuff in it: water bottle, snack, first aid kit, pair of socks, just some other stuff that might be of use. So
All right.
it's yours, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries,
Appreciate
man.
that very much.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Aftershock, and this is my friend Nameless.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Take it easy.
You guys have a nice day.
You too. Would you be able to grab the last one in my bag there?
Yeah, yeah. So, as you can see, you never know who you're going to run into who needs help.
Yeah, like some nights would go without seeing anybody, and now tonight, gone through the three of them.
You actually have one more, my friend.
Oh, do it?
Yep. Want to go this film, or are you going to do it? Yep. Okay.
Or we could both do it.
Yeah, I mean, your packs. I don't want to steal the thunder. Just kidding.
How's it going?
How's it going? All right.
Pretty good. What's up?
Filming, are you?
Yes, we are.
He is, but he doesn't have to put you on the camera there.
Oh, paper. I just wanted to talk to you guys.
Sure. What's up?
Want to walk? Talk? Or you guys look like you're walking. I stopped you.
Well, we got someone we're looking to help out.
Just around the corner
there, but.
Okay, you mind if I walk and talk to you guys until then?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, come along, if you like.
You might not feel me. I just want to ask you guys for a few personal questions. You know, sometimes talking is the best thing.
Oh yeah, we try to make ourselves available to the public and answer any questions they have about us. So.
Yeah.
If he does accidentally catch on camera, he'll catch you out.
I was just wondering if you could just turn it off.
All right, we're just gonna get some footage here, and the camera will go off. So.
How's it going, man? So we got a present right here. It's a pair of socks, bottle of water, first aid kit, some other stuff. Yep, it's all yours, man.
Hopefully it helps.
Take care of my
But at the same time, if you have friends that are suffering from drug addictions, you want to reach out to wherever you can that you might think help you, right? So I'm kind of glad that he thought that we were able to help him with something like that. We're only really able to offer as much advice as we have experience with, unfortunately, but...
And I was being completely honest with him, like, I actually, to get a little bit personal here, when I moved out of my mom's place, it was the result of such an ultimatum. She's, for lack of a better term, an alcoholic. And I'm like, look, clean yourself up or I move out. And, well, I'm living on my own now, so you can imagine how that went. But more often than not, people won't see that they have a problem until they see real-life consequences with their actions.
Right.
I'm just gonna do my shoe up here.
To go ahead and pick up some trash. It's not biodegradable or an eyesore, we like to toss it out. Like, can't really do much about everything, but if we've got the time, we will try to clean up litter and whatnot.
Stuff like this will probably disappear very quickly.
Plastic bags, they won't biodegrade. Unless they're green friendly, which I'm pretty sure this one isn't.
Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting moment back there. Just showing that people trust you guys enough for your counsel or for your advice or opinion on things.
Yeah. You also have to look at it like, don't always take things at face value. Like,
right.
I have a feeling there was a hidden meaning behind what the guy was asking.
Right.
I have no clue what, but I was getting some red flags from that guy.
Mm-hmm.
First big one was that he didn't want to be on camera.
Right.
So it was obviously a family member.
Yeah.
Or a loved one. Taking out the trash.
Yeah. Well, we know that guy's hormones.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's amusing that he came up and asked us such a personal question and somewhat obviously expected a decent answer from us. We do offer, free counseling or any sort of like advice, as long as the people asking for it realize we're just regular people ourselves. However, we do have the contactor's interests at heart, and any advice or counseling we give them is, we don't have degrees. We don't have any sort of professional documentation that says this is what we do for a career. However, we have our own life experiences that we base our advice on. If we do not actually have any sort of advice to give on a subject that our contactor presents us, we will let them know, like, sorry, we actually don't know what the best answer to this is or what the best solution to this is, but we can direct you towards someone who is able to do this. A lot of us have contacts within the social assistance networks or the John Howards or different outlets and resources that we can present them with if we do not personally have the answers. So we do offer that if anyone needs an ear.
Yeah, and just like general life advice too, because you know, by no means am I some super crazy ultra rich millionaire, but you know, I've led a relatively successful civilian life. So assuming I'm asked, I'm not just gonna, you know, start throwing my opinions at people. But if I'm asked, I can, you know, try and give you some advice from my own perspective to try and steer you in the right direction.
And like we said, we do have your best interests at heart, and you know.
Yeah, like we're out here on our own dollar and time doing this. Nobody's asked us to do this. We just do this because we want to. We want to be there for people and just show them that there is a bright future to humanity. It's not all, you know, speechless train rides and
burying your nose in your phone, trying to not make contact with everyone else. Yeah. So someone cares, my friends. If you're watching this and you're down on your luck, we care. If you ever need to contact us, you know what to do. We'll try to steer you in the right direction if we can.
Thank you. So if there's any final thoughts you guys want to get out there, any future plans, etc., just feel free to lay it out right here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing some videos and that for my RLSH channel. I want to try and stay relatively, you know, do like at least one a week, but you know, like I always say, I'm pretty busy outside of RLSH work, and it's not that I'm too lazy or don't want to do the videos, it's just I literally don't have the time. As it is when I get home through the week, I don't get home and sit down until like 9:30, and sometimes I have a lot of stuff to do when I get home, like stuff for my business, you know, deal with stuff around the house, like housework, tidy the place up, so on and so forth. But the next video that I'll be doing will be around just the different types of missions and things you can do as an RLSH, and you know, just give any beginners some ideas of how to get started and the things they can do.
Yeah, because you don't always have to be Batman hiding in the shadows waiting for crime to strike. You know, if the night is going rather quiet and there's nothing going on, there's at least a handful of other things you could be doing. So, Nameless will be covering that in a future video.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a script going that I've been writing on the train during the day, so pay attention for that in the next week or two.
Okay, great. I think that's a wrap for tonight. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers.